Hello everyone, I'm the Solar Gamer, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program Update 0.23. That's right, the newest update is right around the corner. I don't know when it's going to be released, but right now it's KerbalCon, and that's fantastic. Congratulations to Squad on 3 years. It's just phenomenal. So this update adds new parts. There are some research and development improvements, a lot of bug fixes, and what else? Optimizations. Yes, a lot of things are faster now, loading-wise. So that's really, really cool. And a couple of miscellaneous things that I'll get into. Like one being, if you go into a game and you come back out to the main menu, it'll bring you back to this screen right here. So it's a little bit easier for navigation. So, yeah, actually, let's demonstrate that. We'll go into the game, and now that we're here, we can come back out, and it'll take us directly back to this start game thing. So, like I said, it's not that big of a change, but it is really nice for navigation, so you can easily come back to this screen rather than shuffling through many menus. So let's go back into the game now and show off what's new. Alright, so we have 2 new parts. One of those new parts is... Can I click on it? Yes, I can. The Sabre Engine, or as it's called in here, the R.A.P.I.E.R engine. Okay, and this thing is amazing. This engine has 2 states, one for in atmosphere and one for in a vacuum. Now, this is like the SSTO engine. You can start it in atmosphere, here, go up, and as soon as you break over the atmosphere where you can't take any more air into your intakes, it will switch over to the rocket state, which is, it's freaking awesome. It really is nice. Okay, but I will demonstrate this a little bit later with an actual SSTO. We also have ourselves a new science part. This is the Mobile Processing Lab. So what this does is, if you want to transmit an experiment, what you're going to do is, if you have this with you, you can actually put the experiment inside to be processed, and it'll give you a better gain when transmitting. Now, of course, there are a lot of new things with transmitting and stuff like that. One of those is that there is a limited amount of science that can be received from one experiment. So there's always going to be a cap on how much science you can receive on a certain experiment. Not only that, but there is a limit to how many experiments you can do on a module. So if you basically have one of these guys, right? So if you use the experiment in this module right here, okay, the experiment is used up. You can't do it again. So instead of, transmitting it and doing more science, you can't do that anymore. So they've actually limited you to what you can do. Now, if you discard the experiment, it doesn't get used up, obviously. You can redo it after that. But when you transmit it, you cannot use it anymore. Which is, I think that's needed. Because right now, we can basically just grab as much science as we can in one mission. So that's really, really nice. Alright, so that's it for parts, though. We have, like I said, the Mobile Processing Lab and the R.A.P.I.E.R Sabre Engine. But that's it for new parts, and let's jump on over to some of the newer things that you can do. Okay, now I have set up an experiment here, and this is going to basically demonstrate a stranded ship with some science on board. So this is the ship that's in question right here. We've got some nice science. Microgravity, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yes, so I have been playing around with this save, so that's why I can't actually get any science here. Just pretend there's science there. Okay, we'll keep that data, right? And then we'll go like this. Uh-oh. Oh, no, he doesn't have a parachute. He can't get back home. So, what we could do, right? Let's get out with the, this little Kerbal. Let's fly on over there before it goes away. Where's the entrance? Where's the entrance? There it is, on the bottom, of course. Get up there. Grab on. Nope, grab on. Grab on. In fact, I don't even know what I'm doing. Hang on. Let me switch to this itself. Because I don't know why I put a crew man inside here. Goodbye. I don't know what you're doing. So we'll take a crew report. Okay, we'll keep that data. Go in EVA. Whoa. Okay, now we got Kerbals going on everywhere. This is not how this is not what I wanted. Okay. How do you... Yeah, take data. Take that data. Good, we have a crew report. Now, can we actually grab this data? Get close to it. And collect data. We'll render this module inoperable. Yes. That's the limit. Max that. And he's still floating down there. That's okay. Kirk, fly to the other ship. Go, go, go. Oh my god. Alright, let's get in. Bing, bang, boom. On board, and we have successfully transferred the crew report. So we have 2 stored data from the other ship. So now if you have a stranded ship, you can easily transfer it by crew member, which is really, really nice. And then, of course, we can bring this back. I'm not going to because that's a waste of time. Good job, Kirk. You swap places with Richdorf. Was that your plan all along? You're just always gonna be the captain, huh? Okay. Next experiment. Okay, and here we are on the moon. Now, this is going to show... Oh, damn it. How dare you ruin my intro, you stupid Cliff. Anyways, we are on the moon with a mobile processing lab. Yes. Awesome stuff. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate is what you could do with the mobile processing lab. Okay, so the processing unit right here has to have 2 Kerbals inside of it. Now, I already have 2 inside. I think it's Bill and Bob. They're all inside getting things ready for some experiment processing. Okay. That was good. Please don't do that again, though. I think I need this power. Okay, so now we're inside. What we're going to do is open the mystery goo containment. Okay. And as you can see, we have 12 science that we can transmit. Now, that's only 30% of what we can recover if we brought this back home. But what we can do, since we have this processing unit, is actually process it and gain plus 15% more. So we gain 45% of the science value. So this basically just helps you... by the way, we're losing power here. All science stuff requires power, and that's really, really nice. You know, that's a good balance because, of course, they don't want you to just charge right through all the science experiments and make it easy. Okay, so we have 45%, like I said, and an extra... What was it? I don't even know. Was it an extra 8, maybe? So we can transmit this. Yes, this will make the mystery goo containment inoperable, meaning we won't be able to use it again if we didn't have this processing unit. Now, because we have the processing unit, we can actually clean the experiment. Okay, and what this is going to do is actually make this from inoperable to operable. Basically, it's going to clean it out. Of course, everything costs power, as you can see. And there we go. We can use it again. So this is one way you can actually redo experiments, is by having this mobile processing unit. Of course, this thing is gigantic, so you might not want it on every single mission, especially getting through the atmosphere on Kerbin. So kind of plan your missions around that. Now they're going to be very, very... Well, you're going to have to plan them very strategically. Because if you don't have this processing unit, then every mission you do is going to count, or every experiment. Because you won't be able to do it again. Now let's show off the next thing. Okay, so we're going to jump right in here to the R&D Center. And as you can see, there is a little button up here called Science Archives. Now, what is that? Well, these are all the experiments you've ever done in the game, in the career mode. You can actually sort them by planet, by moon. You can sort them by whatever you want. Crew report, EVA report. You can actually see what biomes you have for it. This is really nice. Now you can get a history lesson of what you've done in your career. This is awesome. This is really, really nice. And of course, we have Werner over here, Werner von Kerman, and he'll give you like little phrases, little funny stuff. And you can click on these little clipboards, and it'll tell you basically what the saying was. The shores look inviting to you. Where's we need? Let's see, mystery goo. Sure, let's do upper atmosphere. The goo seems to be getting very cold now, yes. So you can see everything you've ever done. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, let's jump back out. Now, to go along with the science-y stuff, they've added biomes to Minmus. Minmus now has the Highlands, Midlands, Lowlands, Flats, Great Flats, Greater Flats, Lesser Flats, Poles, and Slopes. So Minmus is now biome-friendly. So you can go there and do missions based on whatever biome, you go to. Also, they've done a lot of optimizations to this game. Load times are faster, and the planet textures load a lot smoother now. Okay, now there's one last thing that I have to show you in here before we go and actually ride the SSTO into space with the new R.A.P.I.E.R engine, is the Tweakables. Tweakables let you control a lot more of your mission and your craft. So basically, let's load up a craft. Let's load up the SSTO that I'm going to use. Okay, now this thing is... I don't know, it's a good design. I came up with it pretty quickly. Now, if you right-click on a tweakable part, like a fuel tank, you can see that we actually have a menu now. Now, you can actually alter the amount of fuel you have, the amount of oxidizer you have, depending on whatever you want. You can actually tell it, you know what, I don't want you to start feeding it immediately. So, you can do a lot of things in here. So, fuel tanks, let's see, gear bays actually have steering now, so you can steer these things, so you can obviously turn it off if you wanted to. You can start retracted, you can start deployed. Of course, you don't want to do that on a plane because, ooh! On winglets and aerial controls, you can actually tell it to only control a certain, what are these called? A flight surface? Sure. Yes. Okay. Pitch, yaw, or roll. You can tell it to do either one, both, or, all of them. So that's really, really nice. On engines, you can actually control how much thrust you can actually do. How much it's limited to. So you can limit it down to 50% if you wanted to. The tweaking is awesome. It really is. Now, of course, the R.A.P.I.E.R engine has automatic switching or manual switching. To go from atmosphere engine to space state engine. Okay, I'm going to keep that back on automatic. I don't want to change anything. Okay, now there's two things that I do want to show you that'll add to this really quickly. Is a landing leg and a wheel. I need a wheel. Give me it. Okay, now the landing leg, of course, we could start retracted or deployed, but we can also lock the suspension so that it does not move. So if you don't want it to actually dig into its suspension, then you could just take it out. Okay, now the wheel has lock steering, disabled motor, and invert steering. So basically all the stuff that you would get outside of the editor are now inside. Really, really nice. Okay, and that is about it for the tweakables. Of course, they're going to probably add a lot more as we go throughout the updates. But yeah, that's what they have right now. And of course, last but not least is the Sabre Engine test flight. Look at this thing. This is the same craft that you just saw. It's on the runway now, so it's changed. All right, and I think we're ready to go in and fly this thing to victory, right? Yes, I am. And listen to the sound and watch the effects, because the effects system has been overhauled, and the most notable change is these engines. So watch as we go from atmosphere into vacuum states, and look at this. It's amazing. It looks awesome, and each individual thruster in there has its own effect. I love the effects so much. I really do. They did a great job. And I love these engines. These engines are fantastic. Now, the one thing that you do have to realize with these engines is that they do not generate electric charge. You need to have some sort of power system on your craft. Or else you will lose power, and you will lose, well, controlling. It's bound to happen. Alright, take off. I don't need the sound effects. It's providing its own. I don't know why I did that. Don't listen to me! I'm crazy! Alright, and here we go. Now, of course, you can still tweak things. So you can, if you want to set the thrust, you can tweak that. I don't want to do that because that would screw everything up. And basically, the Sabre engines switch when the intake is at 0. So if you're not getting any air, they're going to switch over to the rocket and then burn through the oxidizer. But right now, they're acting as normal jet engines, basically. This has to be one of my most favorite features that they've added, or not even features, but new parts, because I love SSTOs. I love building planes capable of going to space. Now, this one might not look all that attractive, but I really love space planes. I do. And SSTOs, I'm not going to say they were hard before, but this is going to make it a lot easier, because it's a single engine that can switch from both in atmosphere and then go to in vacuum really quickly. And the nice thing about that is that it only sips the liquid fuel. It only sips it, of course, until it gets to the rocket state, in which then it takes the oxidizer and liquid fuel and drains them like crazy, of course, like a rocket should. But I really, really like this. It's going to provide for a lot, I don't know, SSTO is going to be so much easier. They really will. Okay, 20,000, we're about to switch over. Watch the engines now. And, come on, switch. There they go. Look at that awesome purpley pink color now. Now we're starting to burn. Now we're burning. All right, let's look at our apoapsis. We are at 40,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get it higher. Now this thing is going to act like a rocket, of course. This thing is awesome. I cannot... This is definitely my favorite feature of 0.23. Is the R.A.P.I.E.R engine part. The Sabre engine. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I added this on here just for effect. It's an antenna out of its butt. I don't know. There was nothing I could really add at the end, so I just I shoved an antenna on it. I don't know. Let's see where we're at. 71 and 93. Good. How much fuel do we have left? A lot of fuel. So this thing is very, very capable of performing jumps in orbit. Really, really nice. Okay, now let's see if we can land back at KSC. I have done it with this craft, so let's see if we can do it. We need to go around the planet. Oh, there's the EVA testing we did. It's kind of following us. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, we need to go forward. Go forward. I've never been good at, you know, plane stuff with landing at the runway. That'll do it. What happened? Oh, we're coming back. Okay, here we go. Now, one thing that's really, really cool is that you can actually see the effects coming over the windscreen now. I don't know if this was a thing in the last update. I just haven't really done it. This is really, really cool. I like it. In fact, I should have done it when we had more, but that's alright. Alright, where are we now? Yeah, we gotta keep going. Forward! Go! We're using the in-atmosphere engine now. Okay, yeah, now let's look. Yeah, look at... Oh, jeez! Okay. Hello, crazy triangles! Ah! Good God, look at this. That's something. That is something. That is great, is what that is. I love the effects. Oh my God. How you doing in there? Oh, you're a computer. How dare you, Jeb? This is Jeb. We're coming in at, about 400 meters per second. Requesting permission to land on your gracious little runway. Where is this gracious little runway? Oh, there it is. Over there. Okay. I just gotta get past this one little hill, and then we're home free. However, I do want to line this up a little bit better, so we'll come this way. Alright, drop down the landing gear. There we go. Beautiful landing. And of course we could brake, but I do want to, well, yeah, okay, brake a little bit. Okay, now we're not going to brake because what I want to show you is the fact that we can actually steer with these wheels. Now I do have the back wheels off because, well, you don't need them for steering. So we're just going to park this thing right by the hangar. This ability was needed, and I am really, really happy that we can steer the gear wheels now. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so much better. Alright, and we will park it right there. Good. Jebediah, come on down and give yourself a pat on the back. You flew around the world and you landed back at KSC. Good work. All using these fancy schmancy new SSTO engines, the R.A.P.I.E.R. Coming to a KSC near you. Okay, now a couple more things that I should mention is that, well, first of all, this is kind of big. The RCS pack no longer is monopropellant. It is actually EVA propellant, and you can't go back to the ship to replenish it. There is a fixed amount, and if you use that up, then you are screwed. Okay, so that's one of the things I forgot to mention when we were up in space. Other than that, they have upgraded their Unity engine to 4.2.2, and while this isn't going to do a lot, there are some fixes to mouse input on Linux, because apparently there was some problems there, maybe? I'm not sure, but that's what it says, so I'm going to say it. Okay, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this wonderful .23 overview video, and I can't give a release date yet because I don't know it. They're really, really secretive with that stuff, and it's going to stay that way. So anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.